Hey there, neighbors and naysayers. February 28th, 2024. The wind's probably going to get me today. It's probably not going to be very easy to hear. But we had our pasture walk this last Saturday, the 24th of February. Be looking for a presentation that I put together for our grazing meeting on the 21st. I actually didn't get to present because we had a power outage. But I want to post it to our YouTube page, both at Eastern Ohio Grazing Council and my personal page here in the future, just outlining the benefits of Bale grazing. And of course, I'm looking at one right now that's pretty ugly, but I wish I had taken a picture of the other ring. I already moved it, but the one thing you can see and kind of figured out as I was putting that presentation together, if we move these Bale rings about now, when they got that much hay in them, they seem to scatter the hay out a bunch and pack it in, and it's kind of a mat, a mulch on that wet spot. And you come back 2 or 3 weeks later, you get a rain or two, and you won't hardly even know that Bale scar is there. It'll look a lot like that one up there, just a bunch of hay, or those ones over there that we moved them away from, and we've already got some growth in that field. So just one more reminder of Bale grazing. Had a pretty good day Saturday. Sorry I didn't get a video out ahead of that, and maybe could have got some more of you here, but just been busy. It's been a crazy couple weeks, and haven't had time to even slow down to take a video. My plan was to bring the sheep over as soon as I got into these last 2 bales, but I've had some temporary setbacks, and I'm not going to be able to bring the sheep over as I'd love to, but I just can't. Working with 3 dogs, and the fence over here is just high tensile, and getting them over here for the winter just doesn't seem like a good idea. Maybe, let's see, this is 1st of March, so by 1st of April, maybe we might think about doing it again. Of course, they'll be all the way at the back of the farm, but we may do it then. We'll see. But calves still doing good. We did a deep dive too into forage quality, and so what I found was what I'd hoped I'd find. These calves should be gaining about 0.75 pounds a day, which is pretty cool. That's what I want them to be. Now, would I love to be 2 pound a day with the hay we're feeding? Sure I would. But you can't. They're just not going to eat enough of it. It's not good enough quality to get 2 pound a day. So we'll go with lower gains as long as it's above 0.75. That's what we can finish steers on. So we'll take it. That's what we want. And I mean, it's not often that you get to feed hay like this and still get 0.75 pounds a day growth on a group of 600, 700, 800 pound steers. The other thing we're running into is processing. Processing's already full. I was hoping to get these steers kind of off of this in the spring before I scheduled all of them, but at this point I'm going to be scheduling some as I look around here. That big gray heifer, if he's going to let me let go of her, this big gray steer, they'll go in July, and then the rest, as much as I hate to, they'll either have to go to a different processor, or they'll have to wait until January, February, March to go, which is not when I want to do it, because I don't want them to go through another winter. So probably another processor is going to be what it is. These calves will put on a bunch of weight here in the spring. They'll have most of their weight gained by August. So really and truly, if we're going to do it, it's best to just go ahead and schedule them, get them done. Unfortunately, the processor, the one processor, it's full up October, November, and December. So it's going to be September. We're going to have to process a bunch, and I only like to process 2. And I could probably do 4, but 2 every 2 weeks. So that unfortunately makes me about 16 weeks of processing, or not 16, 8 weeks. Oh yeah, 16, 2 every 2 weeks, 1 every week. Roughly is 16 weeks of processing. So we may be going into January as it is anyway. So just like to get those steers out, processed and out of here before their 30-month birthday, which most of them were born in May. So this May will be their 24 month, 6 months after May. Gets us actually to December. So as long as we can get them processed in that length of time, we'll be good. It's a tough thing with grass finished steers. It all depends on the weather, how they're going to grow and how they're going to get out of here. And so I scheduled the last set 2 years in advance, and we didn't really hit the window. And I'd like to hit a little better, so I was holding off as long as I could. And now I figured I held off a little too long. Although the one processor is all right, and they say they got openings October, November, and December, so maybe we'll just send them there. But anyway, I better get back to moving string and getting over to feed hogs. Got to pick up the boys here in a little while. So with that, I'll say, see you next time.